فاستمعوا له إن الذين.
Well, welcome again, and as I've said, we've got a program in your folder, and I'd just like to briefly outline the purpose of our meeting. And this first arose from a request of the Western Cape Religious Leaders Forum for an energy briefing. And it arose when we asked if the WCRLF would endorse a letter to President Zuma about nuclear energy and requesting that we move to renewable energy instead of following the nuclear path. And there was a request for a more in-depth understanding of our energy options. And you have a copy of, or you've been given a copy of that letter to President Zuma, to which we haven't yet had a response. And so that was the genesis of this meeting. And we're also holding this meeting now because the Parliament of World Religions has declared the first week of February as the World Interfaith Harmony Week, which provides a platform for interfaith groups to take note of each other and promote peace and harmony. Multi-faith initiatives are invited to host events and enter their events for a worldwide prize. Convening a multi-faith event which promotes equitable access to natural resources and care for our common home, the earth, is a wonderful opportunity to foster peace. So we want to enter some of the text and some of the videoing to the World Parliament of the Parliament of World Religions, and the work that we're doing in trying to foster multi-faith activities and caring for the natural environment, we believe very important and could be an example to other places from many countries in the world. Just to end for the introduction, we must remember that we all drink the same water and breathe the same air. Surely caring for the earth is one thing that should unite all people, no matter what culture or creed.
This is a prayer, a revealed prayer from the Baha'i writings for assistance. O thou kind Lord, we are servants of thy threshold, taking shelter at thy holy door. We seek no refuge, save only this strong pillar, turn nowhere for a haven, but unto thy safekeeping.
If present trends continue, half the world's total of 30 million animal and plant species will become extinct by the turn of this century. The Hebrew Bible remains a key source of ecological awareness. One of the primary messages is that we do not own nature. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Man is here as trustee on behalf of God who made it and owns it, and trustee for the sake of our future generations. Creation has its own dignity, and as God's masterpiece. And though we have a mandate to use it, we have none to destroy or despoil it. Our duty as people of faith is to ensure that there is always a moral dimension to economics. Conservation reminds us of our duties to nature, to the future, without which the pace of economic growth will merely be the measure of the speed at which we approach the abyss.
Good morning and greetings of peace. So I'd like to invite all of you to a short meditation before we begin this morning's proceedings. And in this stillness, I invite you to see the earth in your mind's eye. A beautiful, living planet. Our home. And as we see her intricate beauty, her generosity, her love, to not just see her as something separate from us, but to know that we are an integral part of the earth.
Our first presentation is from Cormac Cullinan, and for those of you who haven't met Cormac before, I'm really glad you've got the opportunity of doing so now. And Cormac, I hope you will tell us a bit about the Charter for the Rights of Mother Earth at the end.
particularly urgent that we find a way forward into the future. And I'm going to mention 3 things very quickly about this. I think that one of the most important aspects of finding our way back is to restore integrity. By that I mean the integrity of humans to the earth on the one hand. In other words, we must once again shift our perspective back to the understanding that we are an integral part of the whole. We humans are integral to the system, and equally we cannot survive without the earth system. And I hope that in this country we will start seeing the kind of conversation which is happening in particularly Latin America, but spreading throughout the world, about going back to the recognition that human rights must be contextualized within a wider body of earth rights, so that there can be an appropriate balancing between all aspects of the earth, between all beings.
It has to be asked, if that is to be the way going forward, what's the role for nuclear? Right? I overshot a slide there, or I think it was on one of the previous slides, yeah. The basic capital cost for nuclear power, if you can get these numbers, is already 2 to 3 times per kilowatt what we're seeing for these very large-scale power stations. For those of you who are fans of The Economist, the publication out of the UK, there was a fantastic 14-page special feature on nuclear energy as recent as August 2012, wherein it makes a very cogent argument that nuclear power is not on the future, should not be on the table from an economic standpoint, because no one commercially is willing to underwrite the risks associated with nuclear power.
Is it possible that we can stretch out our wings so that we can reach the general public as such now? If it's only the Western Cape, or is it all the other provinces, because they are also involved? What efforts has been done in that direction?
Thank you. Firstly, I just want to thank our speakers for really bringing this to the attention of everyone, the seriousness of the climate change and what the faith groups can do, at this critical stage.
On behalf of the Muslim community, I'd like to express our gratitude to all the wonderful presentations, as well as the input from the floor. I think this is an essential subject that has to be highlighted, and I believe that we need to make the language applicable to the common man in the street, the underprivileged, the poor community, where we find the great inequality very prevalent. We need to bring this level of presentation down to where the ordinary man in the street can be able to understand, and bring it to the point of civil activism. It is by time, the inequality that our Honorable Bishop has made references to is the reality. Greed has extended far beyond our imagination and expectations. إن الذين تدعون من